What we're going to talk about today is a little bit different. We take a little bit different angle on the market, and we're talking a little bit about trading currencies and how to make money with the foreign exchange market out there. But again, if you can hear my voice, just do me a favor and type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box so I know everybody can hear me. Great. A lot of you are telling me why. Now, before we get too far into the presentation and get really ramping it up, I want to make sure, because we're going to have a big group in here today, I'm going to put you guys all in the listen-only mode. Now, I know a lot of you are logging in right now. The way that we will communicate back and forth is by the use of that chat box. If you've recently logged in and you have yet to find the chat box, let me go through the different ways that you will find it depending how you are actually viewing today's presentation. If you're watching this presentation, this webinar on an actual desktop application, your screen's going to look very similar to mine. You're going to see on the right-hand side over there an orange arrow. If you click on that, that's going to open up a panel a little bit down. That's a question/chat box. From there, you can enter your questions, your comments, and hit send, and they will come directly to me as the host. Now, the second way in order to communicate with me in this presentation is going to be, if you're on a web-based platform, a little different. You're going to see a series of icons on the right-hand side of the page. Look for the icon that looks almost like a cartoon question box. When you see that, click on it. That's going to open up your dialog box. And again, from there, you can press and enter your questions, hit send. They will come directly to me as the host. Now, the third way, if you're viewing today's presentation on a mobile device, if you're watching on your iPhone or an Android product, or maybe you're on your tablet, somewhere on the screen, you should see a question mark. If you do not see that question mark, what you need to do is just click on the screen, tap it a couple times. That's going to pull you out of the full screen mode, and then you'll be able to enter your questions, your comments, hit send. Again, they will come directly to me as the host. So that should cover everybody in the presentation. So do me a big favor. For those of you that have recently logged on, you've just found that chat box, that question box, do me a favor to ensure that everybody knows how we're going to communicate. Go into that chat box for me right now, and from wherever you're viewing this presentation, whatever city, whatever country you are currently in, go ahead and put that into the chat box for me right now so I know everybody has found it. And what's cool about these presentations, we literally get people from all over the world, which is a lot of fun. Okay, I got Jim from Los Angeles, California. You're up early, my friend. Tariq from Dubai, Jessica from New York City, Maria from Virginia Beach. Okay, Maria. I've got Anderson from Tampa, Florida, LN from Arizona. All right, I've got Jackson from, looks like Miami. Awesome. Boston. Hey, Dave, welcome. Montgomery, John, Denver. Daniel, my brother lives outside of Aspen in Basalt, if you know where that is. Lethbridge, Alta, Canada. J-Day, welcome, my friend. This is the chat box. You found it, Pradeep. That is the chat box, my friend. You're in SoCal. Gotcha. All right, gang, looks like a Chicago with Bieta, if I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. Bernard says yes. That means that he can hear me loud and clear. Good. A lot of you coming in from different states. Dan in Indiana. All right, gang, well, awesome. Welcome to all of you in today's presentation. And, you know, I'm excited to be here today talking to all of you because we're talking, as I said, about understanding and making money in the currency market. Now, understand when it comes to trading, never ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You must always learn to trade with what is called equity management in mind. And the reason for that is because even the most successful traders in the world will take losses. That is part of being an investor, a trader. We're going to talk about that today. How we maximize our gains and minimize our losses through proper equity management. So make sure, let's officially get things started. We're going to talk about in this webinar today a little bit different approach to understanding in this market opportunities that's available for all of you today. Now, this webinar is really designed for one thing, and that is to help you to understand or decide if you see currency trading as something that you want to do. Now, I'm not here in this particular webinar to teach you how to become a currency trader. Okay, that's why you'll become a student today. My job is to show you how we help people literally all over the world make money consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month in the currency market, and that you can learn to do this too. Now, we've been doing this as a company for 23 years. We've trained over 50,000 students all around the world. Now, I know a lot of you are here because you trade equities. So I'm going to give you a little bit different approach towards the market, and I've traded every asset class that's out there. I exclusively now do the currency market. Now, I know a lot of you are looking to create, secondary income streams, third income streams. Maybe you want to be a full-time trader. Great. Whatever your reasons are for being here, we've got people, we've got students just like you from all over the world following our system and our techniques. Now, I've been doing this for 25 years. And one thing that I have found is that currency trading isn't for everybody. And it may not be for you. And you know what? That's all right. I applaud all of you taking time out of your busy schedules here on a Friday afternoon to learn about a new opportunity. I promise I do not take your time for granted. So let's officially get things started. This is a live presentation. Okay, make sure you've got a pen. You've got a piece of paper. You are prepared to take great notes. This presentation will go by very, very quickly, okay? We got a ton of information to cover in a short amount of time. If for those of you that are new to the currency market, the best trading months of the year are typically the last quarter, October, November, December. Well, we've got about 6 weeks left of this year where we've got awesome opportunities setting up and aligning in the market that I will demonstrate and invite some of you to peek in and be part of our solution and our student base over the next 6 weeks so you can see how we trade, what we trade, and we're going to talk about that today. Now, quickly, I know Renee covered some of this, but just quickly a little bit about me. Again, I've been involved in the financial services business for 25 years. I've been in the brokerage industry, the retail business, a trader. I've honed every license that there is out there. Over the past 15 years, I've been paid to travel across the United States. I've been to every state, every province in Canada, talking to live audiences, well over 30,000 people, on how to take control of their financial lives through learning to trade and trade in these markets. I'm proud to be able to do what I love every single day, and I hope that my enthusiasm comes across in this presentation. I'm excited because this is actually my last presentation of the week. I have next week off to spend with my beautiful family in upstate New York to celebrate Thanksgiving. Now, the thing that I love about trading and what's really gives me inspiration every day as I come into my office and get to work with some of the best traders in the world is obviously the money is great. You have unlimited opportunity to make money, but for me, it's the freedom that I get in my life. I got a lot of passions in my life beyond working. As I mentioned, I've got a family. I'm 48 years old. I've been married for 15 years. I've got 3 awesome kids that are all active in sports. I get to coach their teams. I do triathlons. I do marathons. In learning to trade around my lifestyle lets me do the things that I love to do. And now it's pretty cool. I've got my oldest son, 12 years old, is learning to read charts, learning to understand technicals in the market. It is something that I'm going to pass along to all of my kids as well. So what I hope you understand today is learning to trade. If you're new to this, obviously the income potential is great, but to me, it's the freedom. It's the time that you get to do and spend doing the things that you want to do. So that's a little bit about my background. As I said, I want to get too far into it. What I need to know from all of you in this presentation is what is your understanding in the currency market, okay? If you had to rank your knowledge on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're brand new to the currency market, this is the first you've traded this, 10 being you're a currency expert, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, please go into that chat box and rank your currency knowledge. Now, secondly, if you're an equities trader, a stocks and options trader, go into the chat box and write in stocks and options so I know who my equities traders are as well. Please do that for me right now. So I get a feel for everybody in the presentation. That helps me tailor exactly how we're going to talk about and approach this today. Okay, I've got Bernard as a 1, Dave is a 1, Pradeep is an 8. Awesome. Good deal. Jason is a 1, Alex is a 1, Fred is a 3, Beatev, I'm sorry if I'm spelling that wrong, equity options 5, stocks and options with Daniels, Maria says learning currencies, great, Dave does stocks, Ray does futures, currency 1 for L, stocks 8 for him. Okay, so really as it comes to currency, it's new to a lot of you in here. A lot of you are a little more experienced in the equities market, which is awesome because that's my background. I started out as a stocks and options trader, did that for years and years and years, taught people all over the country to do it. Now I purely do the currency market because it's got some significant advantages that we will talk about in this presentation today, okay? So for those of you that are a little bit more experienced, give me a little bit of time to get everybody up to speed and understanding the how and the why and the power of the currency market. For those of you that are new, understand the currency market is what is called a zero-sum game. Now for me, because I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing, this is a huge advantage. Now for new people that don't know what they're doing, this is a big disadvantage. What a zero-sum game means, that means in every single trade, the losers pay the winners of a trade, okay? And if you're one of my current traders and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is simply paying people that have got more experience, better technology, better education, better mentoring and coaching than you do. So here's how you've got to look at it logically in the currency market. And one thing you'll find out about me in our time together today, I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it basic and understanding easy steps. I look at it this way. If in every single trade, there's a winner and a loser, and the only thing that separates them is information, experience, technology, mentoring, coaching, what you need to do is get yourself on the winning side of that curve. And that's what we do at Market Traders Institute. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with us as an organization, we often get confused as a brokerage office. We're not a broker. We're actually not affiliated with any brokers. In fact, what we've been providing for the past 23 years is premier education, premier technology and software that I'm going to demonstrate for you today, and assembling the best mentors and coaches in the world. Okay, now 23 years we've been at this. Think about that. I know a lot of you in this presentation, you're business owners because we attract a lot of entrepreneurs. You know, and I know that you don't survive in business for 23 years without having a rock solid foundation and by delivering results. Now, as you look at the screen, you see this building. This is our corporate office in Orlando, Florida. I'm broadcasting live from the second floor of this building. I'm waving at you right now out of the window on the second floor right up there. Wave back to me. Again, out of this office, we have people that will fly in from all over the world where we train, teach our skills, our technology, our unique approach towards the market. Now, we've gone through tremendous growth over the last 8 years. We got about 200 employees now. And the reason for our growth is because of a philosophy that starts with our founder, Jared Martinez, that we never leave a client behind. Now, in your notes, do me a favor. The first thing that I want you to do is write down coaching and mentorship. Please write down coaching and mentorship. Right now, if you wanted to learn about currency trading, you could simply go on Google or Yahoo or YouTube and do a search, right? Search how to trade the currency market, and you could find a ton of so-called experts and websites and newsletters and videos and information, almost too much to even pay attention to. I've been doing this, as I said, for 25 years. Let me tell you the secret to become a successful currency trader. Okay, again, I like to keep things simple. Find somebody who has a successful, proven track record of making money in the currency market, or an organization, but not somebody that's been doing it for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, but for decades, that can show you their results. But not only do they know how to make the money, but do they know how to break it down and teach you how to make money? And then what you do is you stick yourself to their side as they work with you, train, teach, mentor, coach, and hold your hand until you become successful in trading the currency market. Does that make sense to everybody in the presentation? If so, type in yes in the chat box. That's what we do. I mean, that's our approach to making successful investors. I mean, one of the things that we provide for our students is literally a 24-hour-a-day trading room. Every second the currency market is open, we are live trading, interacting with our students all over the world, looking for opportunities in the currency market. For those of you that don't know, the currency market is open 24 hours a day. So that means every second there's opportunity, the market is open, we are live with our students. We never leave them on their own. When you combine that level of commitment to coaching and mentoring, to our premier technology, which I can't wait to demonstrate for you, to our education portal. I mean, that's why we've literally trained over 50,000 people over the last 23 years. Now we've gone through this growth, a lot of significant acknowledgments across the country. I mean, we were ranked by Inc. magazine as the 592nd fastest growing company in the US. I mean, we just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And we're led and we're founded by this gentleman right here. Now, Jared Martinez, I know a lot of you know him as a best-selling author, teacher, mentor. Now, he's known throughout the financial world as the FX chief. This gentleman right here has been trading the currency market exclusively, currencies exclusively, for 30 years, okay? He's considered to be one of the best currency traders in the world, but more important than that, one of the best teachers and mentors. In fact, in one of Jared Martinez's accounts, which I will show you today, and one of the cool things about what we do is we love to show our results. We show real third-party verified results of real opportunities, real monies we're making. Jared right here in one of his accounts has been averaging 2,000 pips a week for the last 3 years. Now, I know a lot of you are new and you don't know what a pip is yet. Look at it this way, though. A pip, 2,000 in 1 week on a standard lot, that's $20,000 profit in a week. That's $80,000 profit in a month. He's been averaging that for 3 straight years. This is the level of expertise that our students get to work with. Now, Jared leads our mentorship, our coaching programs within the organization, and by far, 2 of the most important coaches and mentors you will have when you come on board today as a student are the 2 gentlemen on the screen, 2 of my great friends, Tyson Clayton on the left, Josh Martinez on the right. Tyson Clayton is one of the foremost experts in the country as it relates to currency trading. Josh Martinez, I'm going to show you some of Josh's accounts today. One of his accounts in the last 10 months is up over 13,000 pips. That's $130,000 on a standard lot, winning about 80% of his trades. Now, here's what I want you to write down in your notes next. Fourth quarter rally, trade prediction. Just write down fourth quarter rally, Tuesday. So here we are live Friday after Friday morning. Today's, again, this is a live presentation. This is November 17th. It's about 7 minutes after 11. All right, so it's Friday. Next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Write that down. That is New York City time. We are in the midst of our fourth quarter prediction, and our students have been having tremendous results. Now, we had a lot of targets that have been hit in the last 3 or 4 days. Tuesday, we are lining up brand new targets. We re-anticipate about a 700 to about more closer to 1,100 pip move in the next 2 weeks. About another 8,000 pips close of opportunity between now and January 1st, 2018. Now, what's unique about this live trading session on Tuesday is this is normally set aside for our more experienced students. Now, what we've got is we've got 21 seats available in this Investor Inspiration. These are unique events that we do. And I've got an opportunity to invite 21 of you from this presentation today. Now, I can't take everybody. We like to keep it small and intimate, so it's a good learning environment. People can get their questions answered. But if you would like to be one of the folks to see if you can qualify to be one of the 21 on Tuesday in our live session, what I want you to do for me right now is in that chat box, in that question box, write down your telephone number and rally. Write down your telephone number and rally. And by the time we wrap up the presentation, we'll kind of work through and decide who's going to be in the session live with us. And what's really cool about what we do is historically the numbers we've made in these unbelievable predictions have been absolutely incredible. It's not about necessarily what we make. It's about what our students are making, okay? Our students' success is what drives us as an organization, where a lot of companies won't talk about their student success. All they say is, oh, our students love us. We show results of what our students are making. And yes, I got your number, Carol, great. Michael says rally. Isaac says rally. Harry says rally. William says rally. Awesome, game. Just make sure you put your number next to that when you type in rally, okay? The thing that we do is deliver results for our students. And I would encourage a lot of you to do some research on our organization. Go to our Facebook pages of our experts, Tyson Clayton, Josh Martinez, Steve Kang, Jose Tormos, Gary Fickard, and I'm going to show you a lot of their real money trading accounts today. Ed, I've got your number for the rally as well. And you can see for yourself with our students, right, on a day in, day out basis about the success that they are having with us as an organization, okay? And the thing about what we do is I'm going to promise you by the time we're done with this presentation, if you're new to the currency market, by the time that I am done, you are absolutely going to understand the potential in this market if you don't already. You're also going to understand the advantages of this market compared to the equities market, the options market, which again, I have a lot of history trading. You're also going to figure out and find out that you can have immediate profit potential in this market. Our goal when we bring new students on is to get them immediately successful in this organization as they grow and grow and grow. Your timing couldn't be better as we lay out the last 6 weeks of this year and roll into 2018 with a strong plan moving forward, okay? Now, I'll tell you, having been around this a long time, don't get confused and think this is some big get-rich-quick overnight millionaire thing. There's no such thing as that, okay? We're all adults. We understand. This takes effort. What we teach is a skill set. Learning to trade the currency market consistently, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly is a skill that you will learn to apply with the help of your mentors, your coaches, real people, our technology. You're going to love it, okay? Now, as I said, when I wrap up this presentation, I'm going to give all of you an opportunity to come on board as a student of ours for the next 60 days. So you can roll through the end of this year, right into the first couple weeks of next year, so you can see exactly how we work with our students, the results that we produce, so you can see with your own eyeballs exactly what makes us great as an organization, okay? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about opportunity in this market today. Now, at first, again, before we jump into charts and I show you our indicators and some of our proprietary tools and technology, Lonnie, I got your number, and Rally as well, and Bernard, I got you as well. Okay, thank you. And Josh, I've got your number, and Anthony, I've got your number. Now, before we get moving into actual analyzing and evaluating opportunities in the market, again, my more experienced traders, give me a couple minutes of grace to get newer people up to speed again of why the currency market as opposed of other asset classes that are out there. Again, I've traded stocks and options and futures. I've owned millions and millions of dollars of real estate. What I do now is trade exclusively the currency market. And the reason why I love the currency market is it gives you some significant advantages. One of them is the liquidity in the market. Okay. Now, what I love about this market is there's always buyers and sellers. Okay. You can enter and exit the market anytime that you want. Okay. There's no time limits on your trade. You can be in a trade and hold on to it for 5 months, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, however long that you want to. There's always buyers and sellers in this market. Now, the second thing I appreciate about this market is the flexibility in the market. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 24-hour-a-day market. This market opens up in the United States of America 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon, okay? It's open all night, all morning, all day, every day till Friday, 5 p.m. So today, this afternoon, about a little under 6 hours from now, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the market will close for the week. Sunday, it will open back up again at 5 p.m. For me, again, as I mentioned, I'm 48 years old. I got 3 kids. We're extremely busy, active, going different directions of sports, music, you name it. I like the fact that I can trade this market around my schedule, okay? The market's availability doesn't dictate my schedule. I dictate when I want to trade. In fact, one of my favorite times to trade is my wife thinks I'm crazy until she gets the results that show up in our accounts. I get up sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I trade what's called the London breakout. I trade the first hour of the London market, which in the United States, that's from 2:30 a.m. till 3:30 a.m. and have tremendous results doing that. Trade for an hour and be done for the next day. Okay, it works around my busy schedule with my family, a lot of things going on. My kids all play sports. I love the idea of a 24-hour-a-day market. On top of that, think about those of you that are equities traders. How many times have you been caught in a position where aftermarket news has made your position move one direction or another, and it gaps up or gaps down. You can't get out of that position till the market opens up. There's so many market orders that are out there, it speeds right through your stop loss orders, and you take a big hit one direction or another because you got a closed market. All of us have been there if you've traded equities. That never happens in the currency market because there's always buyers, always sellers, 24 hours a day. Now, the next thing I like about this market that makes me feel confident is the size. Most people don't understand that you can add up all the other exchanges in the world, the New York Stock Exchange, the equities, the futures market, and all of them combined is not the value of the currency market. The currency market every single day trades over $5.3 trillion back and forth. That's a massive, massive market. Now, the last one again, focus. And to me, this is the biggest advantage that there is, in addition to leverage and buying power. As a stock and options trader, there are literally thousands and thousands of companies to potentially invest in. If you're going to technically evaluate them, fundamentally evaluate them, that is an enormous amount of time, energy, and effort. Then you can split it down to sectors and everywhere. The currency market worldwide has 60 currency pairs available to trade. At MTI, we pay attention. I know it says focus is on my screen to 21. We pay attention to 21, I would say. I would say we focus on 10. And in that live session on Monday, for those of you that are in our live rally, you'll see we will analyze probably 3 or 4 currency pairs that we are rolling out, looking at opportunities over the next 10 days at. So it keeps you very, very focused. And again, having traded every asset class that's out there, what I've found about the currency market is it's the simplest, but it's the most predictable market, okay? And it's the safest way for me to invest. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, the tools that we offer, the tools that we use here at the organization. And we're going to go ahead and kind of switch gears up right now and jump into that. So what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and open up my charts. Okay, so can everybody please confirm that I've transferred over, that you can see from my PowerPoint presentation, and I've now brought up my charting software. If you can see that, please type in yes or Y. I need to make sure everybody can see that I've transferred over. I've got a squeaky chair in here today. If you're hearing that, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to shift around, but it's awfully squeaky. Awesome. Type in yes or Y in the chat box, guys. Gang, I need everybody to acknowledge that you can hear, that you can see my charts before I can move on. I don't want to leave anybody behind because this is where we're going to start really ramping stuff up. Okay, good. All right, good. I just switched chairs. No more squeak. All right, Pradeep and Bernard and Daniel, thanks. Karen says yes. Tracy, Wendy, Sally, William, Isaac, Michael. Good. Everybody can see my charts. Now, what you're looking at here is what is called the Smart Trader System. This system right here is Market Traders Institute's own proprietary trading platform. It's all web-based. It's all in the clouds, which is super cool. What that means to you as the consumer, as a student of ours, is all of our tools, all of our indicators we have internally created are mobile. They work on your smartphones, your smart tablets, your smart televisions. You can travel everywhere. I am leaving Sunday, actually Monday morning. My family is driving tomorrow up to upstate New York. I am leaving on Monday morning. I'm flying up there to meet with them. While I'm in upstate New York, I won't have my laptop or anything with me. I'll have my iPad. And from my iPad, I will access every tool, every indicator that I will show you here in the screens today, all available, real-time, awesome data, awesome techniques. Now, what else we have that makes this unique? Again, we have spent millions and millions of dollars to develop this trading platform. We have our own patent pending technology. We've got our own proprietary tools. Part of our community, when you come on board today as a student, is you get this whole community of people where we can trade our charts back and forth. You get an opportunity to download actual working spaces, charts from our experts, our pros. You know, imagine having Jared Martinez, a guy earning 2,000 pips a week on average, and being able to download his charts, his workspaces of what he's buying and selling. These are the types of things that we offer for our students. We also give our students an opportunity to share with themselves back and forth. So a lot of really cool, unique things that we do. I can't explain all the uniqueness of this in one little bit of time that we have together today, but I'll do my best to show you a lot of the things that I really like about the trading platform and the trading software. Now, understand, I know a lot of you are new to the currency trading. So again, we're going to go slow at first, then we're going to pick up some real speed here in a couple minutes. For those of you that are new, again, trading currencies is just trading one currency versus another, okay? And like any other market that's out there, we're looking to, in this type of a market, buy into a market that's moving up, right? Buy into a market that's moving up. Go ahead and change something right here, boom, and save. We're looking to buy into a market that's moving up, right? The old buy low, sell high, right? We're also looking in the currency market like any other market that's out there, to move into a market and sell into the market when it reverses and it starts to push down. Okay, we all know that. Buy low, sell high. All right, so what I'm going to show you now, though, is what makes the currency market just a little bit unique in the sense that trading currencies is a little different in the way you capture your returns. What you do is you want to capture pips. This is your job in the currency market, to capture pips. Now, a pip is an acronym for price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big, long description or definition of what a pip is. All I want you to understand for demonstration purposes today is that pips are good. Pips are your friend. You want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving up and capture as many pips as you can when the market is pushing down. I'm going to show you in a moment how pips turn into profits, okay? Now, as we're looking at this currency pair, if you look in the middle of the screen, you should be able to see, if I move this down, and it might be hard for some of you, there's a watermark right in the middle. Can you see where it says GBP NZD 1 hour? If you can see that, type in yes or Y in the chat box for me. What we're looking at is the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Now, our software, it works on every currency pair, every time frame that's out there. Okay, everybody's telling me yes, they can see Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Now, what we're looking at here on this 1 hour chart, for those of you that are brand new to this stuff, and I know this is old hat for a lot of you, these are Japanese candlesticks, these little indicators, these little rectangles that are kind of flipped up on end. Okay, now for those of you that are new, Japanese candlesticks are a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Well, because we're on a 1 hour chart, every one of these candles represent 1 hour. Okay, so I can click on one right here, and you can see that this candlestick is from yesterday at 4 o'clock. This candlestick opened up at 4. It had a high, a low, an open, and a close. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means that this candlestick opened up, opens up right here. Okay, it opens up right here. Let me go ahead and. So it opened up right here, okay? Opens up here, moves down, has a low. Now this little piece hanging off the end right here, this is a wick. Moved up, had a high, settled in, closed out the candle. Opened up a brand new hourly candle of when it moved up, had a high, settled in, closed, and opened up a brand new candle all the way up until right now, live market, real time. This is all happening right in front of us. If you watch during our presentation, you'll actually see these candles grow, okay? Because this is live market conditions. Now, I'm going to take just a couple minutes before we start to get into real evaluation, okay? Real analysis of how we make money in the currency market and how pips turn into profits and the opportunity involved with that, okay? So what I'm going to do first, I want everybody to understand exactly how the mechanics of a currency trade work, how pips turn into profits. Then we'll get into evaluation analysis, how we find our opportunities, when we get in, when we get out, our tools, our indicators, a lot of unique things that we do, okay? So let's just say, for example, when you're trading the currency market, the beautiful thing about it is it does the same thing over and over again. It's very unique in that sense. And a lot of people always think, hey, I have to be some mathematical expert to trade currencies. No, you don't. I'm not great at math. I think my 6th grader, Maddox, is probably better at math than I am. I'll tell you what I'm great at is identifying patterns. By identifying patterns of where the market has been in the past, I learned through the use of tools, indicators, information, technology, mentors, coaches, to determine where the market's going to move in the future. Okay, so let's just say for an example right now, we decided based on some basic evaluation, basic information, to buy into a particular position, okay, right down here. We decided to buy. We decided to sell out of a particular position right up here. We decided to sell, okay, right there. So we bought right down here. We bought right down here based on information. We sold right up here. So again, just a quick example, based on indicators information, we would have bought down here and sold up here. Okay, now the difference between this line where we bought down here and this line where we sold up here is the difference between this number right over here, the 190,528, and the 192,147. This would be the amount of pips that we would make. Now I can measure that simply by grabbing my ruler, pulling this right up over here, okay? Pulling this right up over here, and I can see, let me go ahead and reset my tool right here. Buy right up in here, and go ahead and pull this right up here, all right? Can everybody see right in the middle of the screen right here? Let me go ahead and refresh this again for you. Can you acknowledge right in the middle of the screen where it says range 159 pips, bars 12. See on the bottom where it says November 15th, 2017, that's where we would have bought. So that was what, 2 days ago? That was Wednesday. We bought November 15th at 8 o'clock, okay? We sold going over here about 14 hours later, and we made 161 pips. If everybody understands that, please type in a yes or a Y in the chat box. We would have bought down here November 15th. We would have been in this trade for 14 bars. Now, a bar is a candlestick. Because each candlestick represents an hour, that is 14 hours, and we would have made 161 pips. If you understand that, type in yes or Y in the chat box for me. Okay, good. All right, so we were in the trade for 14 hours, 161 pips. So again, we would have bought down here, sold up here, made 162 pips, and been in the trade for 14 hours. Now, what does that mean? Well, this is where we start to talk about how pips turn into profits. So pay close attention to this, especially if you're new. This is another massive advantage to the equities market. In the currency market, you get extreme leverage and buying power because you trade with what are called lot sizes, okay? Now you have options of different sizes of lots that you can trade. Write these down. You can trade with what's called a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Micro, mini, standard. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at about a $20 US investment per trade. Now right there, that's one of the most beautiful things about the currency market. Again, if you're new, it doesn't require a lot of capital to start trading. You can start very small and grow your account over time, okay? Now, most of my students will start out with a mini lot investment, which is a $200 investment per trade, and a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. Each of these have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a 10-cent per pip profit. Now, obviously, that's not a lot of money, right? 10 cents per pip. If you think about the trade we just did, remember we got into that trade on the 15th. We sold out of it the next later that day on the 15th. We were in it about 14 hours. So we weren't even in it one day. We were in it for 14 hours, okay? So we invest our $20. Now, again, remember, we're not a broker. You can pick any broker you want in the world to interact with our trading platforms. They all work with us. You put $20 into your account. Your broker holds on to your $20. You buy into that trade on the 15th. You sell out of it 14 hours later. You get your $20 back from your broker. And then for every pip, all 161, you make 10 cents. So on your $20 investment, 14 hours later, you get $16.10 in return. Now, again, that's not a lot of money, but that is a massive return on investment. I mean, that's 75% return nearly in 14 hours, okay? Now, let's say we make that exact same trade. We do the same evaluation, same analysis, same everything, same time, energy, and effort. But this time, we invest $200 into a mini lot investment. Our broker holds on to that $200 14 hours later, we hit sell. We get our $200 back. Now for every pip, all 161, we made $1 per pip. So our return on a $200 investment in 14 hours is $161. Awesome, right? I mean, how many of you would like to have a skill set where in less than a day, I don't know how long you work for a day, if you go away for 14 hours, you invest $200 in the morning, you get back and your $200 is turned into $361 in 14 hours. How many would like to have a skill set to be able to do that? Because that's what we do every single day with our students. Now, it really starts to get exciting when you start looking at standard lot opportunities, okay? You make the same trade. Let's say we start taking our winnings, we start taking our earnings from doing mini lot investments. Now we step up and we do a standard lot trade. We do the same amount of evaluation, same effort, energy, everything. We don't have to change anything other than we've invested a little bit more money. We invest in a standard lot. 14 hours later, we get our $2,000 back. Now for every pip, all 161, we just made $10 per pip. Our return on investment was $1,610 in 14 hours. Now, for those of you that are new to the currency market, are you now starting to understand a little bit more why this is the fastest growing market in the world? Why there's more new money, new investors moving into this market every day than any other market that's out there. So there's several advantages. I listed a lot of them before, but to me, the biggest is the leverage and the buying power. You don't get that in options. You don't get that in futures. You don't get that in real estate. This is the market with the biggest bang for your buck. And that is what buying and leverage is all about. And that's what we're going to talk about. And what we do every day with our students is exactly what I'm showing you here on this screen right here. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shift gears. We're going to jump back into the actual trading software on our trading platform. Quickly, before I do that though, take a second, okay? Take a second and in your notes, make sure you got that pen, you got that piece of paper, pull that out, and I want you to take a second and think about this. Think about how much money do you need to make every single month? Okay, now picture yourself trading 30, 45 minutes a day. How much money do you need to make every single month from the currency market in order to accomplish some of your financial goals? Write that number down in your notes. You don't need to share it with me. I'm not asking you to. If you want to, that's fine. I just want you to write it down in your notes for your own personal information. I also recommend you writing down, why you wrote this particular number. And I find everybody's got a different game plan. I get a lot of students that come on board that want to trade part-time and earn a few extra $1,000 a month for spending money. That's great. I get a lot of students that have been struggling trading before and they're finally ready to get some help and have a plan and have real people to work with on a daily basis, and they want to do this full time. Great. I get a lot of people who are retired that want to generate income, and then I get a lot of people that just want to make money. They just want to be able to afford a better house. They want to be able to get that Tesla car that they've been dreaming about, take a better vacation than they took last year, or even finally take a vacation this year. Whatever your reasons are, write those down, okay? And it's always interesting when people share, and you don't have to. Wendy says $3,000 a month. Frank says to cover my bills, $12,000 a month. Isaac says $8,000. Neil says $2,000. I'll tell you what, every one of those numbers are absolutely possible. I'm going to show you students that are making 500 pips in a week, 500 pips in a week, 5,000 pips in a month. Some students earning 20,000 pips in a month. Life-changing opportunity, okay? Now, what I find is my average student, when they first come on board, they're looking to make, $2,000 to $10,000 per month. But here's the big question you have to ask yourself. And this just kind of separates the people from who are just kind of watching a webinar for entertainment, trying to decide what they want to do, to the people who are finally serious and ready to make some money and have a plan and have a program, have a system, have help. If at Market Traders Institute, we can teach you some basic strategies where you can consistently make anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 per month, month after month. That's the key. In your free time, not having to quit your job, not turning your life upside down. Would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to work in the currency market with us? Would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to reach whatever number, whatever goal you wrote down on that paper? Type in yes or no in the chat box. Because here's the reality. This is a skill. We're going to support you, train you, help you, teach you, but we can't force you to sit there in front of your computer and follow what we teach. We know, we've been doing this long enough, 23 years, trained over 50,000 people. We produce results. We will give you a system, but you gotta work at it, gang. The money doesn't fall from the sky. It's not get rich quick. It doesn't just show up in your PayPal account. This is a skill set that you will learn to apply, that once you learn it, you got it. You don't have to give it back. Your boss can't fire you from it. Your business partner can't steal it from you. And that, to me, is the most liberating thing about learning to trade this market, because it creates freedom. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, we're going to jump back into the market here. And I'm going to bring up my charts. Great. Thank you for all of you who are telling me yes, yes. And you know what? It's not for everybody. That's fine. It may not be for you, and that's okay as well. I applaud all of you taking time out of your schedules to be here today. Some of you, though, will realize this is what you've been looking for, and that's pretty cool. All right, can everybody see that I've transferred back to my charting software? And before I do that, 2 questions. Let me address before we jump back in here. Yes, I got that. Josh, I've got that. Ian and Diana. Okay, I'm getting a couple of similar questions here. First and foremost, a bunch of you are asking about our coaching and our mentorship programs, how you can work with Jared Martinez or Josh Martinez or Tyson Clayton or Steve Kang, Tad, Gary, our experts. If you're interested in learning a little bit more detail about our coaching and our mentorship programs, the easiest thing for you to do is to hop into that chat box and type in your telephone number and just type in coaching next to it. Just type in your telephone number and coaching. And what I will do is I will have an education specialist reach out to you in the future when the time is right, and they can spend more time with you answering your question, getting into our different programs, the investment associated with all of that and how it works, because I don't have enough time in my short amount of time to cover all of that. The second thing I'm getting a bunch of questions is on our live trading session we have on Tuesday. We've got 21 spots set aside Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. That's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. We will be in a live pure trading session where we'll be setting up trades on both short term over the next 6 to 8 days, the next 2 weeks, right rolling into the end of the year. We're going to give you our setups, everything that we're doing. If you didn't already, but you're interested in being one of the folks chosen to be in that live session on Tuesday, type in your telephone number and rally, R-A-L-L-Y. Type in your telephone number and rally, and we will follow up with you on that as well. So good. Just wanted to get that out of the way, because I got a bunch of you asking me about the rally. And Neil, I've got your number. Michael, I've got your number. Tracy will follow up with you. William, I will have Brian reach out to you afterwards. And Oliver, I've got you for rally. Okay, good. All right, so let's get back into the charts here. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. All right, so let's go ahead and look at a little different currency pair. Now, the thing about the currency market, it's really beautiful and very different from other markets that are out there, is the currency market loves to move in these wave-like patterns. Okay, and Ed, I've got your number. On Bieta, I've got your number as well. It moves in these wave-like patterns. The currency market loves to move up and down over and over and over again. Okay, what it loves to do is move in these wave-like patterns where market will move up and it'll pull right back down. Move up and pull right back down. It moves in these waves over and over and over and over again. And what we're looking to do is smart, sophisticated, trained investors is take advantage of these swings in the market. When the market moves down, reverses, right? We're looking to buy in the market right here, buy in the market right here, and make money when it moves up. Or we're looking to, when the market reverses and moves down, sell into the market, right, and make money when the market moves down in this market. Okay, so what we're looking to do is take advantage of these swings. Now, every successful currency trader must know 3 things in a trade to make it a successful trade. You got to know, number 1, market direction. Okay, we got to know, number 2, when to get in. Tom, I got your number as well, my friend. When to get in. We got to know, number 3, when to get out. So we got to know market direction, when to get in and when to get out. Now, as students at Market Traders Institute, you will learn different types of tools, indicators, information, and analysis to determine those three things. On top of that, you will lean on your coaches, our experts, to help guide you through those three things. One of the things that we are considered around the world, one of the indicators or tools that we are considered to be a leader in the world is understanding Fibonacci's. If you've read any of Jared Martinez's books, he's a renowned Fibonacci trader, considered to be probably the best Fibonacci trader in the world in currencies. Now, if you're new to a Fibonacci, I would take a moment when I'm done and look into it, because it's really fascinating information. I don't have time to get into it all right now, but basically what it breaks down to is Leonardo Fibonacci was a 13th century mathematician. And what he discovered was the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle built right into it. Things worked in mathematical equations and moved in cycles over and over again. He found that animals would reproduce in a mathematical equation. He found that plants would grow in a mathematical sequence, an equation that moves over and over again. He found what's called the golden ratio right here, the golden ratio, that if you look at the scales on a fish, they're in a pattern. It moves over and over and over again. He found all that nature moves in this mathematical sequence, this equation, this formula over and over and over again. Well, what does the currency market do? The currency market moves in these wave-like patterns over and over and over again. So what we do is we apply mathematics, the golden ratio, Fibonacci analysis to the market. Now, you don't have to do the work. Our software does all of the work for you. What we do is we use Fibonacci's to tell us where the market's going to move in the future based on where it's been in the past. Now, we use longer time frames of Fibonacci's to determine, number one, market direction. We use smaller time frame Fibonacci's to determine when to get in and when to get out. Now, let me show you exactly what this means, and then we'll apply this towards live market in just a moment here. Okay, so let me go ahead and reset my tools, bring this right down here. As we've discussed, the market likes to move in these wave-like patterns. Okay, the market will move up and make what's called a higher high, pull back and make what's called a higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You heard the gentleman before me speaking, talking about this. Then the market will reverse and it'll make what are called lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, higher lows, and it does these waves over and over and over again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply, Fibonacci analysis to this right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this tool right over here, pull this right over here, and we're going to draw out some basic technical analysis with Fibonacci's. I'm going to draw right here, which is going to be called my A boundary. Okay, this right here is going to be my B boundary. Right here is going to be called my C boundary, which I like to call my C entry, okay? And then this would be what's called a D extension. Okay, so we've got the market moving. We've got A, B, C entry, D extension, okay? Now I'm going to draw a few very simple, very easy, very clean, easy to see opportunities in the market here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my tool right up here. I'm going to draw what's called a manual Fibonacci. Boom, right here. I'm going to grab my Fibonacci and I'm going to go from point A to point B. Now, what we've done with our trading platform here, we've built all these tools, all these indicators into the software, all these, check this out, all these different indicators right here are for our students, all built right in. The software does all the work for you. But I'm going to draw a basic Fibonacci, manual Fibonacci right now, okay? Tom, I've got your number, my friend. Victor, you might want to log off and log back in because everybody else can see what we're looking at. All right, so I'm going to draw out 3 buying zones for you. Okay, so I'm going to draw out 3 zones. Let me go ahead and draw one right here. My first zone right here. I'm going to bring this down here. Change the color. So I'm going to change my color on this one. Right on my edge. Let's make this one red. I'm going to call this our red zone. Okay, and I'm going to lighten this up so you can see it a little bit better. and boom. That's going to be, I know it's kind of pinkish, a little difficult to tell, but I want you to be able to see everything in here. Now my next zone right here, I'm going to draw this one right here, is just below my red zone. I'm going to draw right here. Okay, I'm going to draw this one and click on right here, and we're going to shade this one to be what's called our blue zone. Blue zone. Okay, so we're going to make this our blue zone. And let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. Boom, and then we're going to have one more zone that I'm going to draw right here. And I know you can't perfectly see all the colors. I'm doing my best to make it easy for you to see. If I click on this one right here, I'm going to make this one green. Okay, so we're going to make this green, just a little bit different shade. Let's go ahead and pull this down a little bit and see. What I need everybody to acknowledge that you can see in the screen, okay, we've now got what's called a red buy zone right here, a blue buy zone right here, and a green buy zone down here. If you can see those colors, please type in yes or Y. I need everybody to make sure they can tell me that they can see that, okay? Yes or Y if you can see. We got our red buy zone. Okay, thanks, L. I've got you. Blue and green. Red, blue, and green. Now, what we're looking to do, as we talked about before, in this example right here, thank you, Daniel and Bernard and Paul and Brian and Dominic. Okay, what we're looking to do is make money in this market, right? Make money in this market when it pulls up in this particular trade, pulls up, comes back, reverses. Okay, we're looking to buy. We're looking to buy into this area right down here. Looking to buy in over this area right here and make money, buy right here and make money as it's moving up, and let the Fibonacci's tell us when to sell. Now, in order to buy down here, we use different indicators and information to tell us a reversal has taken place. A lot of the different types of tools you will learn are built right into the software. Remember when I talked about the candlesticks? One way to think about those Japanese candlesticks is something that our founder says all the time. Japanese candlesticks are like the sign language of the market. They help us determine, based on patterns, when there's a reversal of trend in the market, a change of direction. You'll also use trend lines and breakouts, a lot of different things. That's easy that you'll get to learn as you become part of our group. We'll coach you. We build them into the software. All I want you to understand for right now is, let's just say, for example, we had a reversal that took place way down here in this green zone down here. So we decided to buy down here. So if I buy down here in the green zone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter my trade. Now, again, we're not a broker. You pick any broker you want that is out there. Our software will work with any broker. So if I buy down here in the green zone, I know that if I buy here, I'm going to hold as this trade is moving up. I'm holding onto my trade. I'm going to hold onto my trade all the way up to right here. Now, if you could picture this green line, this green Fibonacci right here coming all the way across, the 1180. Imagine that line coming all the way across right here. I'm going to sell as soon as my trade moves through that Fibonacci extension. Now, the reason for that, now follow me on this. The software is crunching all the numbers based on the golden ratio, based on the sequence of numbers, where this trend has been in the past. What this is telling me is, Aaron, if you hold past this extension right here, the numbers start to work against you. The law of averages start to work against you, that the probabilities increase that if you hold on to it past this, it's going to start to go the other direction. So I'm going to buy down here in the green zone. I'm going to sell when I hit my extension, my green extension. Pretty basic, right? Everybody, I'm sure, can understand that. So let's just say our reversal takes place in, move my C down here a little bit. My reversal takes place right here in the blue zone. Okay, again, we got some sort of a trend recognition where it said, okay, good time, reversal, it's moving, so we buy. So if we buy in the blue zone, we're going to hold on to this as it's moving up, moving up, moving up, boom. As soon as it breaks through my blue Fibonacci right here. So I'm going to buy and sell from green to green, blue to blue. Well, let's say my reversal takes place right down here in this zone. Right down here in this zone. My reversal takes place anywhere in the red zone right here. Anywhere in this red zone, okay? So if I buy in this red zone, right here, if I buy anywhere in this red zone, and you can see it's a much bigger buying zone, just like the last few examples I'm going to hold until I hit my red Fibonacci extension. So what I need everybody to acknowledge in your chat box is with Fibonacci's basics, we're going to buy and sell from green to green, blue to blue, red to red. And if you understand that, type in a yes or a Y in the chat box so we can now go and apply this towards the live market. Type in yes or the letter Y for yes. Everybody's typing in yes, 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 yes. All right, good. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Well, what we're going to do is we're now going to apply this towards real opportunity and looking at real candlesticks, how this works, the opportunity involved with real candlesticks, how we read it, how we enter, how we exit. And then what's really cool is I'm going to show you how we automate these tools. And this is really where it gets to be, kind of cutting edge. What makes us unique? Again, we have a lot of proprietary tools, a lot of smart tools that's unique to only Market Traders Institute students that our students use. So let's go ahead and bring up a different currency pair right here. Let me go ahead and get this all set up for you right here. All right, so get my currency set right where I want so you can see it. All right. So what we're looking at here, I want to make it real simple for you to be able to see. Okay. So what we're looking at now is the Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the same technique we just showed, but we're going to show you how this works in the live candlesticks. Well, I'm going to click right down here. I find my low. This is going to be my A right here. So I've got an A. Okay, that's my A boundary. My B boundary is going to be right here. Okay, so I'm going to draw my B boundary right here. Let's go ahead and draw our B boundary right here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me activate something on my charts here. Now what we're looking for is where the opportunity starts to distinguish itself for an entry point. Now the only way we're going to know that is if we go ahead and pull out our Fibonacci. Now we're going to draw a manual one right here. Draw a manual Fibonacci from point A right on up here to point B. So from point A to point B right there, I just drew out my Fibonacci. So let me go ahead and reset my tool. Okay, so now what we're looking for is opportunity to get into this particular trade. What we're looking for is when the opportunity distinguishes itself. Now here's a trend line. We'll draw a simple trend line. You can see this trend line moves right down here. Okay, whoops. Our trend line breaks right down through here. So our opportunity to buy into this particular trade is going to distinguish itself right here in this area. Go ahead and reset my tool. Let's go ahead and show me right here. So this is going to be based on technical Fibonacci's using this analysis. Right here is my opportunity to buy in. Now, which zone, let's look at this real quick. Which zone are we in right here? If I come over here, draw this out for you, I'd like you to go into your chat box and type in, if you can tell, which zone this is right here, the color. Which zone are we in right there? Type in the color in your chat box for me. Type in the color in the chat box for me. Which color zone is that right there? Okay, got a lot of you typing in red. Thank you, Bieta. Okay, so very simple, gang. Very simple, very clean, very easy to understand and follow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to enter into our trade right here. Now we know if we enter into our trade right here and we're in the red zone, we're going to want to hold on to this trade until it hits what? The red Fibonacci extension. We want it to hit the red Fibonacci extension, which is right there. Okay. Now we can factor out exactly how much money we could make if we buy right here and we hold till it hits this extension right here. That's an opportunity right there of over 75 pips. Okay. So there's an opportunity right there for 75 pips. That would be what we call our target. So we now have a 75 pip target. So does everybody understand that? We know if we buy here and it goes up and hits this extension and we sell, we can make 75 pips. If you understand that, type in yes. Now what we have to do is protect our downside, right? Because that's one of the first things I said is we're not going to make money in every trade. Nobody makes money in every trade. In fact, look at this right here. Let me show you something. Take a look at this right. Take a look right here. This is Josh Martinez. Is one of the things that I love about what we do as an organization is showing you our real returns. Now, this is MyFX Book. If you're unfamiliar who MyFX Book is a third-party company that is stamped verified. This is Josh Martinez's real trading account right here. This account right here was opened up February 13th of this year, so we're just about, 10 months old into this account. You can see today in this account, Josh has made 47 pips. This week, Josh has made 96 pips. This month, he's made 458, and in the last 10 months, he's made over 12,000 pips. Again, this is real pips, real profits, real trades, real everything, real money. Okay, well, in the last year, last 10 months, 12,000 pips on a standard lot's $122,000 profit. Not bad, right? Winning 77% of his trades. Now, picture this. Imagine if you had the ability to have technology where you fund a brokerage account. Again, we're not a broker. You pick any broker you want in the world. We don't handle your money. You pick a broker. You put money in a brokerage account. How would you like to have the ability to link that brokerage account directly up to this platform of Josh's right here, this exact account right here? And let's say you did that when Josh opened up this account February 13th this year. And every day in the last 10 months that Josh made a buy or a sell, the same buy or sell was made in your account. And that's been happening day after day, week after week, month after month for the last 10 months. And you wake up today, November 17th, you get your cup of coffee, you open up your brokerage account, and by doing nothing but linking your account to Josh's trading platform, you've generated 12,000 pips. On a standard lot, that's $122,000. On a mini lot, that's $12,000. Gang, how many of you would be interested in technology like that? Because you know what? We have it. It's called Josh's Pro Trade Copier. This is all third-party tracked, real money trading accounts. The results that we are getting with this are fantastic. If you would like to learn about how you can use this between now and the end of the year, risk-free, between now and the end of the year for about 6 weeks, go into the chat box, type in your phone number, and type in TC for Trade Copier. Type in TC for Trade Copier. But here's what I want you to understand. Even Josh, one of the best traders in the world, is winning about 8 out of 10 trades. That still means he's taking losses in 2 trades out of 10, right? He's still taking losses in 2 out of 10 trades. So even Josh has to protect his downside. Tracy, I've got you for Trade Copier. Diane, I've got you for Trade Copier. Emily, Sue, Neil, Jan, Jasmine, Brandon, Angela, Trevor, Trade Copier. Gotcha. So what do we do to protect our downside? What we do is we set up a stop loss order. Now, a stop loss order just simply says, I don't want to sit in front of my computer all day long and baby my trades. I want to go live my life. I want to go to my job. I want to go to my kid's soccer game, whatever it may be. And I want to know if this trade goes against me, that I have protection on the downside. Sabrina, I've got your number. Thomas, just make sure we have your number, my friend. Bernard, I've got your number. I want to know if this trade goes against me. I may take a small loss, okay? I may take a small loss, but I'm not going to take a big loss. If I am aggressive, I'm going to set it about 5 to 10 pips below my C. If I'm conservative, I'm going to set it down here about 5 to 10 pips below my A. Lobster, make sure we've got your phone number, my friend. So in this example, our stop loss is going to be about 25 pips. What I like to call that is 25 pips risk. 25 pips risk. So does everybody understand we've just set up a 3-to-1 risk ratio? We are willing to risk 75 pips. Excuse me, we're willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. Does everybody understand 3-to-1 risk ratio? Okay, good. So now what we do is we enter our trade. It's either going to go up and make our 75 pips or it's going to go down and we're going to lose 25 pips. So we get into this trade, we buy, and does it hit our Fibonacci? Boom, perfectly right there. So right there we make our pips. How much time did that take? Oops, sorry about that. So now what we do is we made our pips. We were in this about 8 hours. Not bad for an 8-hour trade. And so we just made in 8 hours 75 pips, which on a standard lot, $750 profit. How many of you would like to have a skill set to be able to make $750 in an 8-hour period? Because the beautiful thing about doing that once is you do it again, 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 and again. Because what do we do now? Well, we're done with this trade, so we get rid of this. We get done with this trade and we get rid of this, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset up our trade. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. Okay, we're out of this trade, so let's get rid of this, let's get rid of this, let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of our Fibonacci because we're done with it. Now what we do is our old C is our brand new A. Our B now moves right up here. Now what I do is I grab my Fibonacci right up here. I grab my Fibonacci and go from point A right on up to point B just like this. I draw out my brand new Fibonacci and I'm looking for an entry point to get into this opportunity. Well, you can see our first opportunity, it's got a downward swing here. So let's draw like a basic trend line right here. We can see that there's a trend line. Can everybody see that the trend is going down? The trend is going down. So what we're looking through is a breakout to get into this trade. Right here, we're looking for a breakout to get into this trade. So can tell me if a breakout happens. Boom, there's our breakout right down here. That's our breakout right in here. So our buy opportunity is going to show itself right here. So our buy is going to come in right about in this area right here. What we're looking to do, because what zone are we in? We are in the red, okay? Red, okay? We're in the red zone. So if we buy in the red zone, we're going to hold till it hits the red Fibonacci right there. Red Fibonacci right there, okay? So let's talk about this. I'll tell you one thing though, Richard, 12,000 pips in 10 months is the real deal, my friend. Thank you. All right, so if I buy here, I'm gonna sell right up here. Of course, I would set up a stop loss order as well, okay? And I'm gonna hold until it hits this red line. So let's see if it hits our extension, okay? Let's see if it hits our extension, and of course, I'm gonna have my stop loss order set up. Boom, hits right through there, perfect. Now, is it magic? Is it a mystery? Is it a coincidence? It's mathematics, gang. As it hits this, and perfectly goes the other direction, right on down, just like that. Trend goes the other way, okay? And then what happens with this opportunity right here is this continues to go back down, back up. And this opportunity, there was an opportunity to have made right here another 139 pips in 8 hours, so I'll take that. So let's put another 139 pips right here. That on a standard lot is $1,390 profit. 8 hours time. So there's 2 trades, and then 2 trades had an opportunity to have made over that period of time. In about 8 hours, if you just do the basic math on that, again, I told you I'm not a big mathematician. I've put my calculator out for basic math like this. 1390 plus 750 equals 2140. So there's $2,140. $2,140 profit in about 16 hours. How hard do you have to work right now to make $2,000 in 16 hours? Do you understand now the power of the Fibonacci's? Now, let me tell you the thing that's really cool about this is now what we do is we take this tool and this information right here and we automate it. We automate the Fibonacci's. This is patent pending technology that only Market Traders Institute students have, okay? Only Market Traders Institute students have this information right here. Now, what I'm going to show you, whoops, I want that one. Bring up a different for you. This is opportunity. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and clear this screen right here. This is a different pair. This is a Euro, Australian dollar. I'm going to go right up here. Can everybody see where it says MPI Smart Tools right there, Smart Fibonacci? This is our own patent pending technology, okay? So I'm gonna come right over here. I'm gonna click on Smart Fibonacci. I'm gonna come here and find my low, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, automated Fibonacci's. 100% accurate with my AB boundaries drawn out. Look at this position that's setting up perfect right now. Here is my C entry point right here. That was my C entry point. It's in the red zone. We're in the midst of this trade right now. If you're in the midst of this trade, you've got potential now of another over right there, 500 pips of opportunity as this continues to move up and run right now. Another 500 pips if this goes and hits the direction that it should. That's an awesome trade opportunity setting up right now. How about this opportunity right here on the Euro US dollar? This right now I like going the other way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Smart Fibonacci, grab my tool, find my high. How about this opportunity on the downward push right now? On the downward push in this opportunity, there's pips still available, even if you moved your stop, of about 220 pips of opportunity right there. Gang, this is what we do over and over and over with our students. In fact, the results that our students get from this, just by following, being coached, being taught, being mentored with our technology, with our tools, incredible. Hayward closed out the week with 4,850 pips. Do you realize 4,000, almost 5,000 pips in a week on a standard lot? That's $50,000 on a standard, $5,000 nearly on a mini lot. Dan, I'm averaging 5,000 pips a week. Tom, 2,080 pips. How about this right here? This is Trish. That's Josh. Look at her smile. Great job, Trish, on banking 1,200 pips last week. Elizabeth, I joined MCI 10 months ago. It took 5 months to listen and learn, okay? The first 2 months of 2017, my FX book records say I made 4,250 pips. I couldn't believe my eyes, recouping losses from years of trading other systems. And I can go through example after example like this. In fact, our students have generated over almost 3 million pips since January 1st this year in real money trading accounts. On a standard lot, that's over $29 million. Think about that. Now, how many of you in this presentation would like to have an opportunity to use every tool, every indicator, and I just showed you a couple, for the next 60 days, to trade live with us between now and the end of the year, to have an opportunity to be coached and mentored by our experts. And after 60 days, if you decide you don't want to be a part of our group, get 100% of your investment back. If you're interested in learning more about that, type in yes or me in the chat box right now. Because I've been doing this for 25 years, and this program, the Ultimate Traders Package, is the most all-encompassing, the most complete, easy-to-use, step-by-step program on the planet. Now, let me explain to all of you exactly every component that comes within this program. And I'm going to have to hustle because I don't want to run out of time here. All of this is included. You get a live instructor-led online class. We also do these on-site. In the future, when we do them on-site, if you want to fly to Orlando, Florida, make a vacation with your family out of it, we got a beautiful building. Love to have you down here. You get our training manuals, all of our strategies, our trading mantra. You get the online university. This is the back office of our website at Market Traders, where we've beautifully videoed all of our education portal. Everything has been beautifully shot in our studios here in our office. Great access to that, available 24/7. You get the Smart Trader system and 24-hour support. You now have the ability through Smart Trader to take your tools, your technology, everything with you, and all your smartphones, smart tablets. Everywhere you go, you will have it with you. As I said, next week I will be in New York for the holiday. I will have my iPad with me and my phone. I won't drag my laptop because I can access all my tools, my indicators right from my smart tools and technology. Get the trader's checklist, the risk management calculator, and the daily live webinars. Now think about it. What's it worth to be able to listen and work every day with traders like Josh? In fact, I didn't even show you this. This is Gary Fickhart's, my FX book account. Gary's account this year, he's up 25,000 pips, winning 92% of his trades. 25,000 pips. Again, this is the level of expertise that you get to work with on a daily basis in our live webinars. You get Jared, the FX chief, Jared Martinez's fast track membership. You get a success coach assigned to you, and you get 24 hours a day, around the clock, analysts on demand. And you know what the beautiful thing about all this is? Don't take my word for it. Test us out for the next 60 days. See if everything that I've talked about is the real deal. Visit in our chat rooms. Be live in our sessions. Watch our predictions. And if you decide after 60 days that you don't want to be a part of our group, you know what? You go your way, we'll go ours. And you know what? We'll remain friends, and at least you know exactly who we are as an organization. You have nothing to lose in this relationship, everything to gain. We take all of the risk. We're going to give you all of our tools, access to all of our information, all of our pros, our coaches, our experts, and everything. And after 60 days, if you don't want to be a part of our group, we'll give you all your investment back. We take all of the risk. Now, the market value of this, easily over $10,000. Now, you're not going to have to invest $10,000 in this. In fact, if you go to our website, you can invest in this program anytime you want for $6,995. Think about that. I showed you students making on average 5,000 pips in a week. Do you think that they would pay $6,995 again and again and again? Because it's all about return on investment. You got to put your business person's hat on right now and think about return on investment. But here's the good news. I've got an awesome opportunity for you, being that this is an investor inspiration. I've worked out a deal with the owners of the company in this webinar right now that if you come on board today in the next hour, I'm going to go ahead and get you every tool, every indicator, all the access, everything that I talked about, plus the 60-day risk-free guarantee for $5,995, okay? That's $1,000 off. That's 15%. Yes, we do have some monthly payment plans. I will talk about it. Now, it's very simple for you to get started. All I need you to do at this point in time to reserve your spot is to go into the chat box, even if you've previously done so, put your telephone number in the chat box for me right now and just put II for Investor Inspiration for the discount. Put in your telephone number and Investor Inspiration in the chat box, because here's the thing, okay? I've only got 21 seats available for Tuesday. I got way more than 21 that are going to want to be in there. So the first 21 of you that come on board today, you'll be live in this session on Tuesday where we will be lining up our trades, our pips. I mean, imagine us showing you 10,000 pips between now and the end of the year. Imagine if we show you half of that, 5,000 pips of opportunity. Do you realize now you're going to roll into 2018 with a real plan? Okay, and I've got your number. Tracy, I've got your number. Harry, I've got your number. Nicholas, I've got your number. Frank and Lillian and Thomas and Anna and Jack and Ian, and you can tell the 21 are going to go very quickly. Now, on top of that, as a bonus, coming on board today in this presentation, okay, I'm going to give all of you access to Josh's trade copier to between now and the end of the year, okay? Now and the end of the year, you can use Josh's trade copier, trade for trade with Josh Martinez, okay? Well, second thing I'm going to give all of you is Josh's mastermind, which is his live trading class. Now, this is all the information that's going to come on board today. You get 6 months of the charting software, 6 months of our trading sessions, the fast action bonuses I talked about, Josh's mastermind club through the end of the year, through December, actually that's through January on both of those. That's over $7,500 worth of savings by coming on board today. Now, you've got two ways to invest in this program. I know some of you are asking about payment plans. We have what's called an option A and an option B. Option A simply says, listen, I like a discount. I like to save money. I'd rather just pay for this all at once, take the next 60 days, use your information, use your techniques, use your tools, use your coaches, use your mentors. And if after 60 days, it's not what I thought, get all my money back. You're an option A. You want the discount. You put in your telephone number and an A next to your number, and I will have the proper education specialist reach out to you. Second group of you say, I love this. I like the idea of it, but I need something to fit in my budget. Well, we have customizable payment plans where you can start with as little as $249 down and have access to everything that I had discussed today. Access to everything. You're an option B. So if you'd like to talk to somebody about a customizable payment plan, go into the chat box and type in a B to your telephone number. Okay? So if you want the discount, you're an option A, type in your telephone number and an A. If you'd like the discount, type in your telephone number and a B. Do that for me right now. And I've got Jasmine as an A, William as a B, Lauren as a B. If you got questions, type in the B as well. All we ask is after these next 60 days, as you're going through this program, as you're having a great experience, as you're making pips, go on social media and promote us. Because one thing that we have found on our Facebook pages, our experts pages, is it's such a great social tool for other people around the world to see people just like you making money, having a great experience with our organization. And as we continue to do this, we just grow and grow and grow. So take your results, post them out there. Let everybody know how you're doing. Now, your 2-day class that's coming up right here, this is your 2-day class is Thursday, September 3rd, okay, and Friday, September 4th, okay? Right there, that's going to be your class. Now, the last thing I'm going to say to you, I got to wrap this up as I'm getting going. I've got one more bonus for you. For those of you that are going to do an option A, okay, if you're going to do an option A, I've got 10 vouchers. The first 10 of you that call in, I would recommend calling into this number also if you want to do an option B, so you can ensure that you're one of the 21. But the first 10 of you that call into option A and call into this number, 407-585, okay, 407-585-2417 number, I will take off an additional $1,000 of this program. So your one-time investment as an option A is only $4,995. But what I need to do is, if you're going to call in, go ahead and call in right now to this number, 407-585-2417, and we will save you an extra $1,000. Your option A investment is only $4,995. But what I need you to do is type in calling in right now for me, okay? Calling in, type that in for me right now. Now, I'm just about at my time right now. So do me a favor. The last thing I want to say to all of you before I get out of here, I had a couple more slides I wanted to show you, is if you're interested in learning about, okay, learning about how to get the program for free. We do have a free opportunity. Now, you have to work at it. There's some steps you have to do. You have to qualify for. We don't just hand it to you. But we do give away free memberships on a monthly basis. Type in your telephone number and free, okay? Type in your telephone number and free, okay? All right, good. Thank you, gang. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. My time has just expired. I'm 1 minute over. I appreciate all of you guys coming on board. Have a great rest of your presentation, and we'll look forward to working with you. Thank you.